Hey there, my name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. We've made over 100 videos on Skyline Drive in Shenandoah National Park located in Virginia. What we didn't know is there's another Skyline Drive 9 hours north of Shenandoah National Park in Vermont. This Skyline Drive is a toll road, the longest privately owned, paved toll road in the United States, and it takes you to the top of Vermont's Equinox Mountain, the highest peak in the Taconic Range of the Appalachian Mountains. Located in the western part of Manchester, Vermont, in Bennington County, Equinox Mountain is 3,240 feet above sea level. It's the second highest point in southern Vermont. It's easy to access. Skyline Drive is just off Route 7 in the Shires of Vermont, a very popular vacation destination. Equinox Mountain is not your average mountain drive. There's a story here, a unique story, and in this video I'm going to tell you what we learned about this amazing mountain. There is some amazing scenery in this video, so be sure to watch until the very end. As always, there are links in the description, so go ahead and hit the like button and let's get started. Getting started on Equinox Mountain Skyline Drive requires a token you pick up at the Welcome Center located on Route 7. The current 5.2-mile toll road leads north to the summit. The road was completed in 1947 by the property owner, Joseph George Davidson. You've probably never heard of Dr. George Davidson, but he's one of the most fascinating people of the 20th century. The story of this mountain road is inseparable from Davidson's story. Educated at Southern California and Columbia, he was a second lieutenant during World War I and aided in the development of mustard gas. In World War II, he headed Union Carbide's immense and top-secret gaseous diffusion project close to my neck of the woods in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. As you probably know, this was an integral step in the development of the atomic bomb. So Davidson was a part of the Manhattan Project, and he received a presidential citation for his work on the bomb. But it was received with mixed emotions because of the great loss of life. After all, Davidson had been involved in two of the most destructive acts in human history. It was a heavy burden to carry. He was the vice president of Union Carbide and president of the board of chairmen of Union Carbide's Chemical Companies Division. George Davidson held 28 patents. It's probably appropriate to call Davidson a genius, maybe even a Tony Stark level genius. In fact, Davidson's road, the one I'm driving on now, is considered one of the best engineered roads of its time. Built in 1947, it was paved in 1950. Davidson also built a hydroelectric power generator on the property that provides electricity for the mountain and beyond. Because of course he did. It's still providing electricity to this very day. Davidson started buying parcels of land here before World War II, eventually owning 11 square miles. That's nearly the entire mountain. Davidson had dreams of building a ski resort, and the idea didn't come out of nowhere. Vermont is a ski lover's paradise. In case you didn't know, Vermont gets a lot of snow. Equinox Mountain gets anywhere from 100 to 120 inches of snow annually. That's 8 to 10 feet of snow every single winter. This area has been a tourist destination since the middle of the 19th century and probably before. Mary Lincoln Todd, President Abraham Lincoln's wife, vacationed in this part of Vermont. So Davidson had the right idea, but it never happened. Davidson changed his mind, he changed his dreams, and decided to do something else with his mountain paradise. He gave it away. Not all at once, but over several years. Davidson donated the land to a Catholic monastic order called the Carthusians. He also paid for the construction of the Charterhouse of the Transfiguration monastery that opened in 1970, a year after Dr. Davidson passed away. George Davidson didn't just donate the land, but his successful projects provided several streams of income for the Carthusian order. As for Davidson's Summit Hotel, it closed in the 1990s and it was torn down in 2011 to make room for the viewing center that's operated by the monastery. Davidson's story is fascinating and I'm just scratching the surface. I've left a few links in the description. Carthusian monasteries are dedicated exclusively to a contemplative life without pastoral ministry, where monks and nuns lead a life of solitude and prayer in the heart of the church. They describe themselves as a semi-hermetic monastic order, and they've been living that way for almost 1,000 years. Saint Bruno started the order when he led a small group of followers into the wilderness of the French Alps to lead a life dedicated to Christ. All 21 Carthusian charterhouses around the world must be self-sustaining. The Carthusian Charterhouse here at Equinox Mountain owns the road to the summit, but they outsource the day-to-day operations to a management team. They also allow a firm to tap the maple trees on their property for an annual charge, and they sell excess electricity generated from the dam. The Charterhouse of the Transfiguration here at Mount Equinox is North America's only Carthusian charterhouse, and it sustains monks from all over the world. When it comes to describing mountains, terminology makes a difference. We often use words like height, tallness, elevation, altitude, and prominence interchangeably. I've made this mistake in some of my videos. When it comes to Equinox Mountain, it's important to point out its vertical prominence. I'll be talking a lot about vertical prominence in some of my upcoming videos about the northern Appalachian Mountains in New England. You'll want to make sure you're subscribed and click the bell for notifications. It's an interesting topic, but for this video, elevation measures the height of the summit above sea level, and vertical prominence measures how much a mountain sticks out vertically above other mountains around it. Equinox Mountain's elevation may not seem too significant, but it has 3,060 feet of vertical prominence. That's impressive. It's the third greatest vertical prominence in Vermont. Prominence measures the elevation of a peak relative to the surrounding land. The top of Equinox offers a 360-degree view of Vermont into New York, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. There's plenty of parking at the St. Bruno Scenic Viewing Center. And yes, there are clean restrooms. There are incredible lookout vantage points on either side of the viewing center where you can see many subranges of the northern Appalachian Mountains like the Adirondacks and the White Mountains of New Hampshire. The summit of Equinox Mountain is a part of an extended ridge line that includes other mountains. Together, these mountains are called the Equinox Highlands. The naming of Mount Equinox is not documented. Some people have argued that it's an anglicized version of an Abenaki or Chippewa word, but the mountain may have been named in 1823. Captain Partridge and a group of cadets from Norwich University came to the region to take barometric readings during autumn's equinox. Some say the mountain was named during this visit, but then again, people can't even agree on how to pronounce equinox. Or is it equinox? Let us know how you say equinox in the comments. The popularity of Manchester, Vermont draws plenty of traffic to keep people visiting Equinox Mountain for years to come. Though I couldn't find out how many people drive the toll road per year, during our visit it was busy, but not overly crowded. The toll cost $30 per vehicle and $5 for each additional person. It's a little steep, but was it worth it? Absolutely. There are several vistas and scenic views that are quite unique to this part of Vermont, and they take care of this road a lot better than some of the national parks we visit. The people here are extremely friendly. In fact, I am so grateful for how well Carol and I were treated all over the state of Vermont. So if you're watching this and you live in the state of Vermont, you guys are amazing, and you're so friendly. Thank you. Anyway, there are picnic areas along the drive, and of course, there's plenty of hiking. And by the way, the trees here provide a fragrance that is unmatched in the Appalachian Mountains. Carol and I did some light hiking at the summit, which I highly recommend. Mount Equinox offers a great mountaintop experience in Vermont that's worth having. I recommend Skyline Drive of the North while spending at least a couple of days in Manchester, Vermont. Manchester's pretty awesome. There are some wonderful accommodations, great places to eat, and amazing roads to explore. I'm going to be releasing more videos about driving through Vermont. In fact, this video is a part of our Developing New England playlist, and we have several more videos about Vermont. We really enjoyed our time there. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment and tell us about your experience at Equinox Mountain, and be sure to subscribe. If you're local and visit Equinox Mountain often, give us the scoop. Tell us everything you know about this amazing location. Here are some other videos I know you'll enjoy. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life.